The European Union, the Digital Commissioner, has said that social media platforms must begin to get ready to lock down or block their service in the event of social unrest. That sounds like a great idea, right? When governments might move a little bit closer to tyranny, let's put it into law that these social media companies, no matter what Elon Musk has to say, it's a company first and maybe an outlet for information second. It's a corporation first, and it has to make money. And so these governments are coming in and saying, if you want to exist as a corporation, you're going to have to enact these platform changes that will allow a complete blockage of your service in the event of social unrest. If you want to exist as a corporation, you're going to have to enact these platform changes that will allow a complete blockage of your service in the event of social unrest.
You see, all right, shalom, shalom. I'm going to give all praises, glory, honor, and power to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone. Those who wrote well and who I learned this truth from. Citations to you, brother, stiffly pushing this one truth out there, man. I'm going to jump right into this lesson. This is your brother, Rachagabar. All right, you see this video just went out about full spectrum survival about a day ago. And I was watching through the video. And then I came across this part where essentially the EU Digital Commissioner, all right, has went out and said that they are going to be able to shut down social media platforms in the case of social unrest. All right. And when you actually read through, when you actually read further into that, they're having it to where if these different social media platforms do not begin, to prohibit certain content, all right, certain misinformation, right, certain what they call problematic content, then they're going to be able to shut these things down. You see, and we've always been warning you people, man, that these times was coming on the planet Earth. All right, that there's going to be a blackout, all right, of social media. All right, that these different social media platforms, man, these things are not going to exist. Okay, they're gonna shut these things down. All right, and I believe this article. I was looking at a couple different articles when you look this up. Yeah, I was looking at a couple different ones, but they also mentioned France, okay? Which, if it's not this article, I'm gonna see if I can find that one. But yeah, this is it. They mentioned France because we know what's going on over there in France right now. People are going crazy, all right, dealing with the government and shit, all right? So what do we know for sure is coming? Is social unrest, man. We already know that because you see it dealing with the times that we're in. These devils are about to cause a financial shock, all right, to where it's going to cause society to instantly collapse, all right? And when they do that, that is going to allow all anarchy to reign through, man. And scriptures told us time and time again, pretty much to get ready for these types of things to play out on the earth, okay? So when we tell you people blackouts are coming, all right, like the elder brother Mahalawa, all right, did a video going into how these different blackouts and EMP attacks are mainstream. So look, man, they are shoving it down you people's throats. These things are coming, man. All right, and today, all right, over here in Kansas City, it's been a real gloomy ass day, man. Like it's like not necessarily nothing out the normal, but I mean these last, these last few days or whatever the case, man, just being real gloomy. Like something is looming, man. Something is definitely looming. Okay, you just had Russia backed out of the Black Sea grain deal, all right, because there was another attack on that Crimean bridge. All right, so Russia pretty much backed out of that Black Sea grain deal, which is going to cause all types of complications and inflation, man. All right, so Russia's no longer going to care to allow cargo ships to safely export goods from Ukraine. All right. So that's going to cause major problems, man. They say Ukraine is the breadbasket of the world. All right. So we're going to see how these things play out. All right. And that was just yesterday that they terminated that deal, man. So again, man, as I always say, get ready, man. All right. And the fact that they're telling you, the EU Digital Commissioner is saying in the case of social unrest, all right, or if you these companies, these social media companies don't prohibit certain content, which we know exactly what they're going into, right? Misinformation, things like that. They will be able to shut them platforms down. You see, so get ready. Yeah, this is Second Ezra 15 and verse 16. I'm trying to find this KJV. There you go. All right, it says, "For there shall be sedition among men," which is what? Inciting others to rebel against their government, which is what's going on over there in France. And this article I'm gonna grab is actually going to mention France, man. Okay, there's chaos going on in different parts of the world, and you don't hear about it because they already blacking this shit out in the media. All right, you think during times of unrest and war, all right, and just civil unrest in the streets, you think that these things are going to be completely, just openly broadcasted and televised? Nah, man, these governments don't want you to see what they got going on. All right. Not to say that certain shit don't get out, but for the most part, man, they've been censoring a lot of shit. All right. But it says there should be sedition among men and invading one another. All right. It says they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power, man. So the power is going to go to the hands of the people because what? The people outnumber the government, these military troops. All right. Especially over here in America, these people are armed to the teeth. All right. So whenever they pull the plug on the dollar and cause this financial shock, all right, it's going to cause all hell, man. All hell. And and at the same time, they're going to have blackouts going on. Okay. They're going to, brought about by whatever means, but it's going to be blackouts. It's going to be very chaotic. And they're telling you that when these things happen, social media won't exist no more. And we was already telling you people that, man. But it's pretty much a law that they're going to be able to enact. You see? All right. So going back to this article, all right, which was released on the 13th of this month. All right. It says social media platforms to be shut down in case of social unrest. So I just showed you one scripture showing you that social unrest is coming, man. All right. Read Isaiah chapter 19. Okay. How the Most High is going to set Egyptian against Egyptian. Okay. One people against another people. All right. It's going to be very, very chaotic, man, real soon. And when those things happen, there's going to be a blackout on everything. All right. The light's going to shut out. All right. It's going to be dark. It's going to no lights. The light's going to go out. The car's going to stop. Planes going to be falling out the air. In the case of an EMP attack, man, that's just going to, it's going to sweep over the cities. All right. And it's going to change everything. All right. For good, man. All right. But anyways, it says the European Commissioner for Internal Markets, Thierry Breton, threatens to shut down all social media platforms should they not address problematic content appropriately during events like social disorder. So we know social disorder is coming. All right. And we know scriptures speak about a famine of the word. All right. Which is what? A scarcity of being able to hear these warnings, the prophets. What is the main way you hear the prophets, man? I came into the truth by means of YouTube. All right. Yeah, you got brothers that we stand on the highways and hedges, and that's how some are brought in. But the main way this truth is spread is by YouTube, man. You can put a YouTube video up, okay, and get 10 views, 100 views, 1,000 views, whatever. Okay, but that's the main way it's spread. So when they Most High bring about the famine of the word, just like these devils are telling you, they're going to shut down these platforms, man. You see that? It's going to happen. It's going to happen soon. All right, I believe that. It says, should they not address problematic content appropriately during events like social disorder? So the EU, the European Union, right? They're considered a first world country. All right. Well, they're doing things that will be likened unto China, right? The communists, you see. But that's what we've been telling you people is that if you've bought into the lies of democracy and things like that, man, you've pretty much set yourself up for failure because these governments are going to be the ones to enact these laws on you people, man. They're going to be the ones to do it. America is sitting there trying to take away your gun rights. You see, taking away your freedom of speech. All right. They already banned TikTok in Montana. Right. And you people, man, look, man, y'all need to wake the hell up. All right. Okay. But it says access to a couple of popular social apps could be blocked by the EU Commission on the basis of the Digital Services Act. And you don't think this coming everywhere? When you look at the B system they're setting up, I mean, think about it, man. It don't take rocket science. A total surveillance, right? A total surveillance system to where they monitor, track everything you do. And they have you on a social credit like system to where if you speak against the government, if you do things they don't like, they're going to penalize you, man. So this is just, hey, this is all grounds for the B system they're laying out, man. All right. Hey, man, look, it's coming. All right. And that's why they got what was that? It was a law they passed to where you won't be able to access social medias until you're like 18 or some shit. All right, let me confirm that. Give me one moment. It was a social media bill. That's what it's called. A social media bill will ban kids under age of 13 from using social media. All right. So this is what it is. Give me one moment. I'm gonna click this real quick. It says a U.S. bill would ban kids under 13 from joining social media. The legislation would insert the government into online platforms' age verification efforts, a move that makes some U.S. lawmakers queasy. Okay. All right, so like click on all that shit. But yeah. It says specifically it bars children under 13 from creating accounts on social media apps, while greatly curtailing the algorithms that tech companies could deploy on people between the ages 13 and 17. All right. It says the bill would also require parental consent for anyone under 18 to create a profile. See that? So as far as is this bill passed yet, I believe they're looking to pass it. Okay. But again, playing right into the hands of what? This this surveillance, this total control, man. Total control. All right. So it says access to a couple popular social apps could be blocked by the EU Commission on the basis of the Digital Services Act. All right, so look that up. It says if the operators fail to take action against illegal content during social unrest, claimed Breton in an interview with the French news channel France Info. It says if they fail to do so, they will be immediately sanctioned. We have teams who can intervene immediately, he said. And who the hell you think they're going to, what type of content you think they're going to prevent during them times, man? Stuff like this. All right, this the prophets, as it tell you in Jeremiah 28:8, warn of the prophets warn of famine, war, destruction, man. Things like that. Like we speak on these types of things. Your different truthers out there, your Dabu sevens, right? The full spectrum survival. When during them times of social unrest, man, they're not gonna want these platforms up, continuing to as they would, try to say feed into it. You see? But we've been warning you, man. All right, we've been warning you before them things came to pass. All right, and now they are about to come to pass, man. And as you see, they're going to shut down social media and it's going to bring about the famine of the word. You see? So get ready, man. All right. You see, they're going to have a problem with this type of information continuing to go out. It's already went too far. All right. At the end of the day, they've been exposed, man. You see, it says 19 so-called large online platforms are required to meet the new legal requirements by the end of August. Yeah. It says said requirements are meant to curb the spread of hateful and illegal content on platforms like Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Snapchat. Damn near all your major platforms. All right. Okay. So these requirements are to curb the spread of hateful and illegal content. So if these social media platforms can't crack down on that, then they're going to shut them down. So what do you think they're going to do, man? These platforms, anything that they deem hateful or illegal content, quote unquote, right, or misinformation, they're going to start taking it down, man. which they've already been hitting, brothers. They've already strike our videos. They already do these things, man. But now that we get closer and closer to this destruction, it's going to get to a point to where it's going to come to a complete blackout, man, a complete halt of being able to use these different apps and shit. You see. I mean, they're telling you there's fucking self. All right. It says requirements are meant to curb the spread of hateful and illegal content, man. You see that? And what word do they like to call the Hebrew Israelites? What word do they like to throw around? Anti-Semitic, which that word, man, I hate when them devils use that word. Anti-Semitic, man, they consider that, hate speech and things like that. All right. When you look up Project Megiddo, the Hebrew Israelites are thrown in there. White supremacists are thrown in there. Different groups are thrown underneath that term. Okay. But pretty much going into, how they're going to try to move against them types of groups, man. That's why January 6th was such a big deal. All right. The insurrection on the Capitol, because that allowed for them to get more proactive, in regards to going up against so-called domestic extremists and domestic terrorists, man. You see, and that's what they label the Hebrew Israelites as, which we don't even, bro, all we do is just push out the truth, man. But you see, the truth hurts. The truth is what they want to stop, man. This is what is really, really what they're coming for. All right. It says every platform with over 45 million users will be required to provide the commission with an initial detailed assessment of their main risks to users. Fines for not meeting the new requirements can reach up to 6% of the company's global sales, which 6% might not sound like a lot, but that would hurt these companies, man. You see, it would be designed to hurt them, man, to put a dent in their damn pockets. You see, so they're going to comply, man. They're going to crack down. All right, and ultimately it's going to lead to a blackout of the word completely. All right, it says, all right, I want to grab this point dealing with France. It says, in France, there's an ongoing fierce debate after French President Emmanuel Macron made similar comments last week. Ooh, see that? So these comments are speaking of what? Blacking out social media and shutting down social media are being made more and more and more. All ahead of a collapse. You see? All ahead of anarchy, man. Yeah, you people, hey, the prophets have been right, man, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shah. You see that? So y'all need to get ready, man. It says in France, there's an ongoing fierce debate after French President Emmanuel Macron made similar comments last week. It says we need to think, this is what he said, we need to think about the use of these networks by the youth. See? Right? What I just showed you, that bill, that social media bill, okay? You ain't gonna be able to make a fucking account 13 through 17. All right? You'd have to get parental consent. Right? It says we need to think about the use of these networks by the youth and about the bans that need to be put in place, said Macron at a gathering at the Elysee Palace. For this statement, he was criticized by the public and even by some members of his own party. All right. The French media drew comparisons between Macron's statement and censorship implanted by regimes in China and Iran. Right. But that censorship is going to come to these first world countries, man. You see, and look, like, imagine that, man. These first world countries, especially America, these people have been pampered their entire lives, man. Like, everything they get at the fingertips, they don't really want for nothing, these Edomites. So when you take away these rights, man, when you take these things away, bro, these people are going to lose their fucking minds, man. You have to be able to see that. All right. And they're telling you that they're going to do it. All right. Matter of fact, the United Nations, the UN, all right, has released an I-Verify system to where they want to crack down on misinformation worldwide. So if you're looking at this and thinking, oh, it's just the EU. No, motherfucker, this is coming everywhere. You see? So we're in them times, man. We're definitely in them times. It says the president said it was technically possible, but not that it was being considered. Nothing should be ruled out on principle. French digital minister Jean-Noel said, whatever. So it's coming, right? And I wanted to touch on that because I heard that he said that in here, and I was like, wow, man, look, these devils are about to shut this shit down. They're about to shut the internet down, man. So we've been hearing about the financial shocks. We've been hearing about the escalations of war over there in Ukraine. All right, we've been hearing about all these different things. Okay, the military troops. All right, in the U.S. Okay, matter of fact, the U.S. just sent different fighter jets over to Iran, which this information just went out, man. I got to look more into that. So yeah, hey, really, man, at this point, prepare yourself. If you in this truth, man, and you've been subscribing to this truth, man, brothers, few sisters, man, we ready through the spirit. But if you've not, been doing the things you're supposed to do as an Israelite, man, all right, these are your final warnings, man. But anyways, with that, I'm going to go ahead and close out. Give all praises to Yahweh. Bashim Yahweh Shah, Bashim Rakakadash. Death to America, Wa Baba Ball. Shalom.